Hey, what's up, guys? It's Nick from Empire of Figs, and today we're going to be doing Johnny Storm, him in his flame, and him in his regular costume. So we got these two figures here today. So it says Johnny Storm on the box, and then this one says Human Torch on the other side. You got his logo here with his fingers, his hand, Marvel Legends at the top on both of them, warning symbols. Let's take a look down. You got the Fantastic Four first steps on both of the boxes. You got the little Hasbro guy in the corner. Let's take a look at the side of the box. Move him over. Um, we have Johnny Storm smiling in at us, and the Human Torch also smiling at us. Good box art. I paid $35 for these figures. I think these figures originally retail for about $25 plus tax. Um, but I did pay $35, and then it has Marvel Legends series at the bottom. Let's see. Go look at the back. Not much of a description here going on for the Fantastic Four, but I think we all know how they get their powers, right? They go into space, get hit by cosmic rays, and we get the Fantastic Four. Right here, we get a better look at the picture we just seen on the side of the box. Got the Human Torch flying in. You got Johnny Storm getting ready to flame on. It says the Human Torch, and then you get all these other symbols for the rest of the Fantastic Four members on both of the boxes. Let's take a look at the other side. It just says Johnny Storm and Human Torch and Marvel Legends at the top. And then we get more pictures, the same photos. I wish they would give us different box art on the sides, that they weren't all the same, but that's just a minor gripe. They don't really matter anyways. I throw away the box. I'm not an inbox collector. But yeah, that's what these figures have and what they come with. I think off rip, if you can see, um, Johnny Storm comes with two extra hands and two flame effect pieces, and then the Human Torch comes with two extra hands. I don't know if there's this little piece here, this little flame piece that's on his back. I'm wondering if that's just stuck on there or if that's a detachable piece. But let's open these two figures up and let's see what these guys have to offer. All right, cool guys. We got these figures out of the box, and now let's see these guys up close. So we got the Human Torch here with his flame pieces all around, right? You got it in his head, the back piece. You got his legs with some flames coming out. His arms leading into his hands right here, and these are movable as well. These are movable. So you can swish them around, turn them any way that you want. Same with the bottom feet. You can move these, turn them around any way that you want. But most likely I'll just keep them like this, kind of just facing forward like that. But if you can see, like there's black lines all right here, and I think that looks cool. That really reminds me of the comic book right there. You see these lines, get closer. You can see black lines in there. Same with the shoulders. This figure is translucent, red translucent. I think that's how you say it. You got this. Overall, I think like off looks, this guy looks amazing. You get the Fantastic Four symbol in the middle here, but off looks, this guy looks amazing. I do wish that they would give us extra head sculpts when it comes to these figures. I've noticed that like the past few years, like they're lacking on that sometimes, and they don't even give us an extra head sculpt. Heck, they barely even give us two extra hands to go along with these figures sometimes, right? And then you got McFarlane, who gives us one fisted hand and then one open hand, which is very awkward. I don't like that. But let's get back to the video. We got this figure here. This is what he looks like. Here's up front. Here's the back. Let's put this guy down. What does he come with? He comes with two hands with the flame effect on them. Translucent. There you go. what these guys look like, so that when he's flying in the air, he can put his hands up. Boom. And now let's get to Johnny Storm himself, not not in the Human Torch form. So you got the white collar, the white going all the way down to his arms on both sides, the Fantastic Four symbol in the middle. You get his white belt with the black all throughout. You get the sculpted detail in the lines that you can see in the figure right here. And then you look at his gloves, they're white and black, both sides. You get his little wrist gauntlet here. White boots, there is no boot swivel. Disappointing, more points knocked off of the figure, right? Because it doesn't have extra head sculpt and no boot swivel. We should be having that. But the figure is pinless though, both of them. So that's a huge plus in my book. Anytime a figure is pinless, I will always give Hasbro praise, because I think that should be the standard for all figures is pinless when it comes to Marvel Legends, at least. But you get this blue soles at the bottom. Look at the back. Looks all right. Now, when it comes to the head sculpt itself, I don't think this looks like Joseph Quinn. This is a bad representation of of how he looks in the movie. I mean, not even on the sides, it doesn't even really look like him. Go to this other side. Like it doesn't really stand out. Between this and Sue Storm, they did a bad job on the face sculpting. But those are minor gripes. What he comes with are two hands and two flame effect pieces here. Let's put Johnny Storm down for a sec. He kind of just fell. He comes with one and another one of these. That's what these look like. And then here you get the two fisted hands for the right and the left. A little black in the inside, you can see. Go to this one. Boom. All right, so this is what these figures look like up close. Let's get into the articulation, and I will see you guys there. So for articulation, we're going to be taking a look at Johnny Storm first. He has double jointed elbows here that can go up this far in. Looks like this. Boom. You can do it on both sides if you need to. Put this back down like this. They go up that far. You got bicep swivel here as well. Do a full rotation on both sides, right? The head is sitting, I don't know what you call that, a ball joint here. A ball joint sitting on it's not a dumbbell joint, but a ball joint, I guess you'd call that. So that's sitting on. So because he doesn't have any long hair, he is able to look up pretty well. So when he is flying, you can get him into some good posing, right? So you get this here all the way around. He can do a full rotation. Let's see. Side to side movement. Looks good. Now we got the hands that can move up this far in, and then this much. So this much in, kind of hindering, but that's okay. Put it back. Do the same on this side. Move up this far. This much in. Not really much there going on. And then we do have a thigh swivel. I forget to mention that, but we have a thigh swivel here on both sides. You can see. Boom. And then we got the upper torso. There is no ab crunch. His upper torso can move this far back. And then this much forward. So you're not really getting much out of moving forward. But it will be good so that when you're doing flying poses, you can get them in. Right? But most likely, I won't even be using this figure a lot. I'll be using Human Torch way more. having him in the display, I think, just looks way cooler. Him in flame on mode. But you get the double jointed knees, both sides looking like this. There is no boot swivel, disappointing. Ankle rotation like this, move down this much, this far up. Ankle rotation, side to side movement, this far down, this much up. So this is how he would look with his legs down. Boom. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the articulation when it comes to this Johnny Storm. The articulation is probably going to be the same for the Human Torch. So let's go over that real quick, right? Double jointed elbows can move up this far. Okay. You're not going to be able to get much head movement. Well, maybe actually, maybe he can still look up, but he can't look back any further than that because of the flame piece that is in the back of the back of him. But he can get some. Let me see if he can get some head movement here. Yep, side to side movement. We get that going on. He can look down this much. Bicep swivel can turn all the way around. Upper torso can move this far back. Let's get his hands down so you guys can see that. Can move this far back. Upper torso can move this much forward. And then we'll move on to the double jointed knees. Boom. Almost kicking his butt. Looks good. Like this. Double jointed. See if I can get it. And what's been good as well is that none of these figures have been stiff on me, so I don't have to run them through hot water or put them in a hair dryer. You know what I mean? I can just get them out the box and just play with it, and I really like that when I can do that with figures and I don't have to mess with the joints or anything. That's another A plus. But I think that varies from figure to figure, right? Coming out of the factory, but um, no, or you get the thigh movement as well, full rotation. You get that as well. The arms can't move up that much. You're kind of just forcing it if you're doing that. Let's see, push these up a bit. Yeah, so the arm or the hands can move in this much. Put it back to forward, and then you get the ankle rotation all around. I don't think you can want to really do that because it messes up the flame piece. We can go down his feet on both sides. So this figure is pretty good. No, there's no boot swivel, and I need an extra head sculpt when it comes to these Hasbro figures. Other than that, I think the figure is phenomenal. I think it's dope. It's gonna look good on the shelf. Um, I had a fun time reviewing this figure. I've been waiting a long time to get this out because I want to have all four of the members together so I can take some pictures and put them into some poses, which will look really cool. I enjoyed the Fantastic Four film. I only seen it once. I've seen Superman 3 times, and I've seen Fantastic Four once. I think Superman's the funner film, but Fantastic Four is the better film. Whereas I had more fun watching Superman, but I think Fantastic Four is the better film. Um, but my rating on these figures, I'd give an 8 out of 10, just for the fact that they don't have any boot swivel. Um, and the torso can only move forward so much. It can only move forward like this much. Look at that. It can only move this much. That's disappointing, right? But other than that, I think these figures are fine. I think these figures work. I think like I said, 8 out of 10 needs extra head sculpt. It needs a boot swivel. We have thigh swivel. I may have missed. Okay, yeah, these figures can do a full rotation, so we got that going on there as well at the abs. You could do a full rotation on both figures. Good thing I showed you guys that so I didn't miss out on that. But other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys watching my videos, sticking around to the end. Make sure you follow and like and subscribe to all my social medias. I have a TikTok and an Instagram. I post or I try to post daily on either one of those uh, apps. But yeah, I try and upload. I said I was gonna take off Instagram, but I didn't because now I'm uploading more pictures. Where I'm gonna put pictures on Instagram, and I'm gonna put like 15-second like poses on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. So make sure you look out for those for updates. But other than that, I will see you guys later. Excelsior! I hope you guys have a good day.